Sergeant Preston of the Yukon. It's Yukon King, swiftest and strongest lead dog in the Northwest, blazing the trail for Sergeant Preston of the Northwest Mounted Police in his relentless pursuit of lawbreakers.
On King! On, you Huskies!
This is the case of the orphan dog, or how Sergeant Preston found his great dog, Yukon King.
I wasn't a sergeant at the time. Yukon King and I became partners during the days when I was just a constable. I had a sled and dog team, but I wanted a good lead dog. In fact, I hoped to find a dog that would be a partner and a pal, as well as the boss of the team. So when I was in Whitehorse, I called on a friend who had a fine kennel.
You're just the man I wanted to see, Preston. I have a pup here that's the answer to everything you've ever wanted in a dog. His mother's Kala. You remember her, that big husky I bought from Jim Tolan. She's one of the finest dogs I've ever had. His father is Silver Boy. I don't have to tell you about him.
Champion lead dog in the North Country.
Quiet, Kala. Here they are, Preston.
7 pups. You don't have to point out the prize, Dave. Look at that fella. Half again as big as the others.
Pick him up.
Well, plenty of spirit, haven't you, little fella?
Like him?
Dave, this is the finest pup I've ever seen. He'll be a greater dog than his father, Silver Boy. Name your price.
He's yours, Preston.
What?
You saved my life 2 years ago. Now, please accept that pup. I owe you that much at least.
Well, thanks, Dave.
He'll have to stay here with his mother for a few weeks.
I'm going north. I'll be in Dawson for a couple of months.
Well, I'm going to Selkirk in 4 or 5 weeks. If you can meet me there, I'll bring the pup with me.
Good. When you leave, send a telegram to me at Dawson headquarters, and I'll meet you in Selkirk. You too, pup. Dave sent the telegram just as we planned, and I left Dawson and went to Selkirk. I waited 2 days, but Dave didn't arrive. Then his dogs came into town with a harness tangled and a broken tow line, but no sled. A friend of mine, Judd Ames, was going from Selkirk to Whitehorse, so I decided to go with him and see what had happened to Dave on the trail. We found Dave at the bottom of a cliff. He was beneath his heavy sled, and he was dead.
The line is broken close to the sled. Apparently, the dogs didn't fall.
To reach Selkirk, Dave had to guide his team up that narrow ledge to the top of the cliff. Apparently, it was nearly to the top, and the line broke. The dogs went on, but the heavy sled began to slide back. Dave couldn't hold it.
So it went off the ledge and fell here, with Dave beneath it.
We wrapped Dave in a blanket and prepared to carry him to the top of the cliff where Judd's sled and team were waiting. Until then, I'd forgotten about the puppy Dave had planned to bring to me, but suddenly Judd said...
Hey, Preston, look at these tracks.
There in the snow, I saw the tracks of a puppy. The little fellow must have been thrown clear of the sled, and the soft snow had broken his fall. We followed the tracks, and then I saw wolf tracks.
The puppy's tracks stopped. Looks like the wolf carried him away.
Yes, I'd like to catch that wolf. We followed the single set of tracks, and in one place where the snow was blown to a thin layer, we learned more about the beast that had taken my pup.
That wolf must have been caught in a trap once. The left front foot has only 3 toes.
Yes, you're right. It's getting dark, Jed. We better get Dave's body out of here while we can still see. I wanted to get that wolf, but there was much to be done to settle Dave's affairs. I didn't even try to find another puppy. There'd never be one like the little fellow I'd lost. For 4 long months, I was on a case in the far north. I tried not to think of the puppy I had lost, but in the back of my mind there was a feeling that someday, somewhere, I'd have a chance to square things with that 3-toed wolf. Then near Selkirk, I heard about the beast. It was when I met a trapper I'd known for years. His name was Andre Dufresne. Met him on the trail.
Hello, ho, Husky, ho.
Hello, Andre. How's the trapping getting along?
It would be good season if once I could catch old Three-Toe.
Three-Toe? Are you speaking about a wolf?
She is big wolf that live round here. For a long time I try get her, but she is smart. Once I almost catch her. 1 year ago I set 2 traps, one near other. She almost get caught, but she escaped. Now 2 toes are missing on front foot. Her tracks I would know anywhere.
Well, how do you know it's female?
Because in the last few months she has a young one with her. Their tracks, they go together.
Andre, you say she has a young one with her?
For the last 2 months.
Andre, I'm going to help you track down old Three-Toe.
Maybe with you to help I could do it. But she is very smart. Me, I have tried to track her, but every time she fool me.
I hardly dared hope that old Three-Toe was the same wolf that had taken the pup from Dave's sled and by some miracle had kept him alive. I spent almost 2 weeks with Andre trying to track her down, but she was too clever. Then one day when she'd fooled us again by crossing some bare windswept rock, leaving no trail, I decided it was no use. I spent too much time looking for her, Andre. I'll have to give up. But, listen, what's that?
Animals fighting. Sound like wolf and lynx.
We're downwind from them. Come on, Andre. Let's see what it is. We ran toward the sound of battle, which seemed to come from behind a great pile of massive boulders. We scrambled from rock to rock until we reached the top of the mass, and we could see into an open area that was entirely surrounded by these boulders. It was the lair of the three-toed wolf. I saw the wolf, the puppy, and a huge lynx. They were locked in a fight to the finish. The lynx was too much for old Three-Toe. The wolf was rapidly slowing down when suddenly the youngster seized the lynx by the throat. The lynx jumped back, and I had a chance to shoot. My bullet killed the lynx, but Three-Toe had been fighting on borrowed time. The old wolf sank to the ground and breathed her last by the time Andre and I had climbed down from the top of the rocks. You'll have no more trouble from Three-Toes, Andre.
Oh, she fight good. She die like brave one. And that pup, he fight too. Oh, how he fight.
Wonder if the pup's hurt. Here, fella.
He is afraid.
Steady now, I'll not hurt you. I want to be your friend. Here, boy. It was the same puppy, the son of Silver Boy and Collar. He stood his ground as I reached out and touched his soft fur, and then he licked my hand. Oh, you beauty. I'm taking you with me, little fella. And I'm going to call you Yukon King.
That dog. He learned about the wilderness from Three-Toe, the smartest of all beasts. He is well taught.
Yes, Andre, and he's going to learn about men from me. We'll be partners, King. You'll learn to respect good men, to hate evil ones. You'll be the captain of a team, boy. You'll learn to pull your own weight and thereby set an example for your teammates. You'll learn self-control so your great strength will be well-directed. Youngster, when you're fully grown, you're going to be the greatest dog in all the Yukon.